Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really good day. Today I'm just literally going to be doing some chilled, relaxing. Hi Patrick. Keycap sorting. So it's just going to be me chatting to you, talking with chat, and storing some key sets. That's literally all I've got planned for today, guys. I was sat here doing it anyway. Figured, why the hell not stream and provide some content and have a chat with some people, because hey, that's fun and I enjoy doing this. So that's literally it. Let's see who we've got in chat. We've got One Drunk Man. He says hi. Karja says oof. SSA Key Online says Talk Like and Chill is perfect. Thanks, man. A real big boss. No, it's just me doing a random ad hoc stream, man. Just a random stream. We'll be back with the show tomorrow night as normal. That's not going to change. Friday is our new slot, so yeah, that's going to happen tomorrow. Anaki's here as well. He says hi. Boy314 as well. Katsu the doggo. Not first, I'm afraid, man. One Drunk Man is our running champion at getting first, so there we go. Socialites here as well. He says hello, everyone. MetClicks too. Hey, man. Good to see you. Langlandia, an enemy's friend here as well. Virtual Design Works says hey. Mr. Gmk Stealth himself. And Joe from Crafted Cables. Hey, man. Good to see you. Hey. Literally just going to really chill, guys. It's going to be a really nice, easy stream. We're going to chat. We're going to look at some keycaps. We're going to document some keycaps as well. I have about, you can't see it, but I have about 20 key sets to one side of me, and I'm just literally going to be putting them in these tubs because I need some more storage and organization in my life, and I have my label printer ready. So we're just going to take it nice and easy and chill today. So usual rules apply. If you have something you want to talk about, if you have something you want to ask me, ask away. Today, this is open to chat, to do as you please, run amok, and just let's chat for the next couple of hours while I sort some keycap sets out. Let's flip over to the other camera, and I'll show you what we're working with today. And there we go. Do you still have the HSA Proto set? And if not, do you know where it is now? So, I had the HSA Proto set about what, a year ago, 18 months ago, something like that. I think I had it at the Leeds meetup in October 2019. I sent it back to my keyboard, straight to David and Yulia, probably around March this year, April this year, something like that. I had it for a good 5 months, I'll be honest. I had it for about 5 months, but I sent it back to them then. I have no idea where it went after that. David confirmed he got it back, and that was it. That's all I saw. Let me show you guys what I'm doing anyway. So here is one I did earlier. I've been going through and in my spare time just labeling up tubs and putting key sets in them. So you can see here this has got Gmk Classic Retro Arabic in. This is the base kit. It's got about a third of the caps because the rest are on my Juby. But I'm just going through and putting them in these tubs. So I bought 300 of these tubs. 100 small ones, which is this. Aren't these cute? And 200 big ones. And hopefully that's going to contain all of my Gmk keycap collection, as well as some of the other ones like MT3 and bits and pieces. So the idea is base kits go in these and child kits go in these, and we can try and put a couple of child kits in each one if we can. But the aim is to be a little bit more organized. So I've done about 15 key sets so far today during meetings and things like that. I have about another 10 or 15 at the side of me, and that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to take it really slow, take it really steady, and put some keycaps in some tubs. Katsu Dogo says, J Confession Day, please. Man, you asked me the questions. I will answer them. I will answer them. Jumpot says, can I have your set of Tarot R1? No. I only have one set of Tarot R1. I don't have two. I don't think I have two, but this will show me. When I've gone through this process for all my keycap sets, I will know. I will know. Right, let's get cracking and then I'll start answering some questions. So we have got a mix of keycap sets first. These are just in random boxes. I'm not quite sure what everything is, but we'll label it as we go and we'll see what we've got. Okay. Any upcoming boards that you're excited about? Okay, so this is POM Keycaps. Yeah, I've got a few boards that I've got upcoming that I'm excited about. The J01 Revision 1, secret hint here, has just finished machining and is going for anodization, so I can't wait to get all of those boards in. But I do have some other boards I've bought that are coming in soon. I'm waiting on the Ace of Spades from the Pokemon Kid, which were milled by Salvan. They're at the anodizers right now. I'm really excited for that. I'm interested to try out the Canone 65% from Kinda Keyboards. I'm interested to see what that looks like, whether it's going to be any good or not with those crazy angles. What else am I in? I've got it joined the Saturn 60 group buy, so I'm excited for that as well. I've got some more prototypes coming this week. I actually got 2 prototypes in this week for unannounced projects as well, and 2 prototypes for announced projects. It was a week of prototypes this week. None of which I can share any details on just yet. But yeah, lots of boards. There's always more boards coming in. Like, the collection doesn't stop growing. It's kind of crazy sometimes. Kind of crazy. No tray, you see. Don't know what you mean about trays. We do have some Gmk trays, which we'll be doing. It's hard to show you, but I've got like, this cable isn't very long on here, but I've got like tubs here, and then these are the key sets we're going to work through here. And just behind here that you can't see, there is a stack of key sets that I already did earlier on today. So we're just working it through slowly and steadily. I have similar tubs, but just put the base and child kits into the same tub to save space. That's fair. I like to just have it a little bit more organized, and you'll see as we go through. But there's no right or wrong with this, guys. We're just doing whatever works. Just whatever works. I have similar tubs. Oh yeah, base and child kits. Do you own any CRP sets? I don't actually own any CRP sets, no, but I do have some coming. So I've got the HAD base from Drop coming at some point soon. I think that was CRP round 3. I also bought the Russian set as well at the same time. So I have got sets coming. Really useful boxes. Yeah, I'll be stocking these on the store as well, just for UK and EU folks. On prototypist.net, I'll be stocking these. Probably going to be 3 for a tenner or something like that, but they're perfect for a 7U spacebar, and they fit keycaps in just perfectly. Like, you can get a whole base and a couple of child kits in one of these tubs if you wanted. They're 1 litre tubs. They're really secure. They've got little handles, flappy handles. They're really good. Dixie actually messaged me and said that he sold something similar, which I didn't know about. So yeah. Okay. Any chance of stocking JTK Max trays on your store? I haven't ever looked into it, but I can certainly ask Anarchy. That's not a problem. I can ask. If you want to buy some, I have some personally. I'll sell you, because I've got about 5 of them that I don't use anymore. So if you do want some, I will happily sell you some Anarchy. I don't know, whatever, half what retail price was, because they've been used a little bit. But yeah, we can happily do that. Okay, so now we've done that, it's time to use the label maker. This is the fun part. So what I do is I tend to put the name of it and the manufacturer or the sculpt. So we're going to call this Pom Jelly Rainbow. And we're going to print that off, and then we're going to print one that says base and put it just underneath it, just so I always know what kits are in there. I always list out the kits. I know you guys can't really see the screen here, but I just type it out, hit the button, and it prints it out on the tape. It's perfect. Katsu the doggo, dude, if you think it's chaotic in this room, you should see what it's like actually in my warehouse where I store my personal keycap sets. It's kind of crazy out there. Gmk trays for launch for the next 2 weeks after this. Oh, for lunch, I think you mean. Yeah, well, maybe. Most of the ones we're going to do on stream today are the old style Gmk trays, but I did do mostly new trays earlier on, so I have a stack of them at the side of me. I'm not going to get rid of the trays. I'm going to keep them because I do like to have them if I sell a set or trade. You know, it's nice to have the original ones, but I'm just not going to use them anymore. Oops. They're just something like that, just so it's nice and easy to see. Bomb Jelly Rainbow base, and then here's an example of a Gmk one I did. Classic retro Arabic base, and then if we need to do child kits as well, we can do child kits in the smaller ones. Hawk, no build today. I'm just chatting and sorting some keycaps out. It's as simple as that. Rachev says, hey man, my question could be a little stupid. No such thing as a silly question, dude. No such thing as a silly question. But I need a budget mechanical keyboard. What are your thoughts on the Keychron keyboards? So the Keychron K6 is okay. For a pre-built keyboard, it's okay. Like it's reasonable. But it really depends on what your budget is, what specification you're looking for, all of those kind of things. But it's not a terrible board at all. It's a reasonable starter board. Okay, let's see what's up next. I think this is Susu Watari. It is indeed. MT. I've never even opened this, I don't think. Or if I have, I've never done anything with it. I've never put it on a board. This is all brand new. So I'm going to run out of space massively. Surprise stream for the win. Absolutely, man. I was doing this anyway, and I figured, why the hell not stream it and just chat away to a few people for a couple of hours. I don't think I'll get many done, but we'll see. We'll see. Hot Lemon Tea saying, do you work remotely for your day job? I do at the minute, yeah. Not always. It's on. I mean, I've always had the choice of being able to do certain days remotely if I wanted to, but most of the time I've been in the office because it was just easier to do my job that way. But since COVID, yeah, it's all been changed, and we've been working from home since February now. Okay, so this has never even been on a board. I've never even touched these keycaps. These are all brand new. Susu Atari, double shot ABS. Let's get them in here. Yeah, just message me in a queue and we'll sort it out. I don't know how many I've got, but I can count up for you and we can sort something out. I love Chilisa says, how's it going? It's going well, man. Thank you. Thank you. Petra says, g'day. G'day, mate. And our Bigfoot says, might have missed this, but what are the dimensions of the keycaps tubs? So they're 1 litre. I don't actually know the dimensions.
Very nice.
Thank you very much, Undercover Brother, for the subscription. 15 months, currently on a 15-month streak. Wow, thank you, dude. Thank you. I don't actually know what these are. I just literally I found them online. I ordered 10, and then I checked to see if a spacebar would fit, and as long as a 7U spacebar fit, I was happy. So then I just ordered 200 of them. I don't actually know the dimensions. I just know that they're 1 litre. Hiro-san is here as well. He says, hi, how's it going? It's going well, man. It's going well. Label makers are such a fun tool. It's nice having one. I use it a lot, like just out in the workshop. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually runs out of the tape today, and if it does, well, I'll have to order some more. But yeah. Imagine not using a mech keyboard for your label maker. How can this streamer call himself a hobbyist? Hey man, I don't think I could hook up a mech keyboard to this. I don't think there's any ports on it anywhere to... Well, there's a power port here, but I don't think there's any ports anywhere else on it. So I don't think I could, unless I started to take it apart and have a look at the workings, put a mech keyboard on it. Streaking Bison says Iron Brew better than all other soft drinks. I don't know, man. Like, I like a lot of soft drinks. It's just that I buy Iron Brew in multi-packs, so it's usually here. It's usually here. Oh boy, a Susu. Yeah, Susu Watari. I remember waiting ages for this, and then being slightly disappointed when it turned up because I didn't have a board for it. And some of the keycap sets we take a look at today because they've just been stood in the collection. They might not have many keycaps in the tray because they're probably on a keyboard somewhere, but we'll see. We'll see. Wristwatch. You want to know about my wristwatch? This is actually a new wristwatch I bought recently. Let me stand up and show you guys it close because I can't zoom the camera in. This is a 1971 model from About Vintage. It's fully automatic. Has a clasp on the bottom. So you can see just on the rear, it's got the automatic weight in it, which just spins around as I move my wrist, and that charges the watch up. I think it was about €900 from the company I bought it from, and it's just for the workshop mainly. I wanted a watch that wasn't going to ping me because I was wearing the Apple Watch for so long. I wanted a watch that wasn't going to vibrate on my wrist every 10 seconds. So yeah, that's the wristwatch. Okay. AKB James is here. He says, "Evening, Jane. Hope the PlayStation is going well for you, man." Enemy's friend says, "What colour car should I go with? I was thinking either Sawyer with HSA beige on brown or Azure with HSA white on black." Go for the Sawyer one. I think that's the nicest looking one personally. Moozeride says, hey man, good to see you, dude. Good to see you. I'm very grateful that all you guys are watching me just put keycaps in tubs today. James says, "I'm curious about how MT3 feels profile-wise, but I'm not big on the legends." I mean, they do the job though, right? They look like those vintage keycaps that they're trying to emulate. So I think the legends are good. The feel is kind of unusual. I have got other MT3 sets, and the feel is kind of unusual. So depends on how you feel about that. It kind of hugs your fingertips, but it's well worth giving it a try. It's not quite as nice as Cat. It's probably my third favourite profile though. But I haven't given the ABS keycaps any try. These have never been typed on, so. Tomasi says, "No worries, chat. I'm here." Hey man, good to see you, dude. Waiting for cat keycaps. I don't think I've got any cat ones in the pile, but that might be something we can look at later on if we get through these. Mr. Petrov says, "Can you discuss the pros and cons of gasket versus O-ring? We see them both a lot in the hobby, but not clear why one versus the other is chosen." I think it's designer preference. I have to be honest. Like, they feel slightly different. So for those that you don't know, like, it depends on what you mean by O-ring as well. So there's two types of O-ring. There's like a whole O-ring that goes around and then the PCB sits on it. You see that in things like the Unicorn, the Jane V2 CE. You see that. So that's one type of O-ring. The second type of O-ring is where you have boards like the IDB60, or otherwise when you use Burger mount, which is where they have an O-ring that sits between the plate and the top case if it's top mount, and you mount it with O-rings in that position. I think it just depends on typing feel, and the other type of gaskets that you can have vary from tabs to full loops to kind of like different layered ones like the J series. There's so many different ways of doing gasket mounts. I don't think it's easy to lump them into those two categories. I think there's far more categories that you need to lump them into than just those two. Yeah, it's difficult to say, and I think it all depends on what you're trying to experience at the end. Like, if you're trying to go for a clean, crisp sound, you want to isolate the plate completely, so you use a layered gasket design. If you want to improve flexibility, you might use tabs off of the keyboard into the case, and then you might, put some dampening underneath them, and that might give you kind of like a springier feel. If you want to use O-ring all the way around, you might want to use a soft durometer so it's kind of squishy to type on, or you could do something like the Noxbury board that's got two O-rings, one above, one below, which is unbelievably bouncy to type on. There's so many different reasons. I think you could probably write an essay or a treatise on the different uses of them and why they have benefits and pros and cons. Okay, so my tub might not be quite big enough for this. I might have to take the coloured keycaps out of this one and put them in with whatever kit that is, because there's a lot of keycaps in this base kit. Let's see if we can take these coloured modifier keys out. I just don't think there's a really good answer to that question, to be honest with you. Okay, we're going to be taking a lot of keys out if we do it that way. I feel like the coloured mod kit must have been an additional kit at some point, and I've just rolled it all into one. Oh man, there's so many of these coloured keys in here. Oh man, this was a mistake. I should have planned this one out better. But hey, it's fine because we're just sorting through keycaps today on stream. We're doing nothing other than that. I must say, right, the one thing I want to talk about for these keycaps, I'll show you on this key because it's nice and big, is the double shotting is really, really clean in these. Like, it's really clean. You can clearly see the two-part puzzle of it. It's not like a Gmk cap where there's different colours all over and different levels of thickness from the double shots and things like that. This is really clean. Okay, I think that's them all. Oh. I think that's them all. Nope, still finding them. Just ordered Gmk Stealth from Prototype. Looking forward to that set. Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. The Nordic kit is doing exceptionally well. Way better than I was expecting it to do. Okay, there we go, we've got them. So I'm really, really excited for that. I still need to put my Susu Atari to use. Yeah, I've not put it on anything as yet, so I'm just putting it in here. Just get rid of it from these trays so I can put these all away and hide them away and don't have to worry about all the trays being different. Okay. Perhaps, Mr. Petrov, your question needs me to write a top Clack article while I take a break over Christmas. Perhaps that's what we need to do. Okay, so in that one we've got MT3 Susu Atari base. So let's, if this turns on. Wait, did we dislodge something in here? There we go. Lovely watch, another hobby of mine which ruins my wallet. Yeah, I have quite a few watches. Yeah, it's just a lovely watch. It's just really, really nice. Okay, so on this one we're going to put MT3 Susu Atari, and then we're going to print two of these because we're going to have the other tray as well. So we're going to print two of these off. And then we've got base. And then we've got the coloured mods. Okay. And then we're going to have whatever the other kit is, but I don't know what that is yet. So let's just go with those and then we'll find out what the other kit is. MT3 is a novelty that wears off quickly. Oof, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. I love automatic watches. Now you need a winder. Well, the idea is, the reason why I wanted an automatic watch for the warehouse was because I'm moving around constantly. So I like the idea, the novelty of my movement actually going to some use and charging the watch up effectively. That's why I bought it. AKB James says, on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, we spent more time dancing around to the music in the menu than we did playing it. It's a good game, man. It's a good game. Okay. Okay, so this is just the add-on kit. That's fine. So we can just do another label that says add-on. I don't know the proper name, but I'll know what it means. I'll know what it means. And that's all it needs to be. Okay. I'm going to have to do 3 actually, because that's not going to fit. So let's do another small tub and put these in another small tub. Do I still use the Equinox? Yeah, I do still use the Equinox. Whenever I'm using my iPad, the Equinox is the board that goes with me. It's actually on the shelf just here behind me at the minute, but I do still use it, yeah. If I take the iPad home from here, then absolutely I take it with me, and usually it's the Equinox that comes with me for that. It's a great travel board. I mean more burger O-ring, sorry. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mr. Petrov, but there's so many different ways of talking about it. I feel like I need to write an article on it. Yeah, I need to write an article on it, I think. Really delve into the depths of my thoughts. Because I don't think I can articulate myself without thinking about it properly. Even though I know what I want to say, it's difficult to articulate the point across without really thinking about it. But the main difference in using those different mount types is based on the ultimate typing feel that you want to experience. And it also depends on the case design, the mounting design, the plate materials, 1,001 different things that you're going to put into the board. So it just has to all fit together in the right way. My Hall Effect switch has its own customizable 3D printed O-rings if you opt for them. I've tried 3D printed switches before. Surprisingly, if you print them in the right way, they're actually kind of smooth. I do an awful lot of 3D printing these days. The issue is that they're not as reliable. Like I've done some different ones with different springs, and tried to use different materials and tried to use all sorts of different things to generate actuation forces and stuff like that. I remain unconvinced that 3D printing is the right tool to make switches for actual use. It's great for prototyping. It's terrible for actual use case for switches. Something like that. Like even the scratchy StemX switch is nicer than a 3D printed switch. Based on some of the things I've printed in the past. I'm always happy to be proven wrong on stuff like that, but yeah, that's my current feelings on it. Okay, so we need another MT3 Susu Watari. Do you have any suggestions for boards with the lowest front height? There's lots of boards with really low front heights. I'm personally not a fan of a board that's too low on the front. I prefer something in the region of 19 to 22 millimeters, I think. But there are lots of boards that you can get that have really low front heights. A lot of the Noxury boards are designed around getting the really low front heights. There was that one as well, I can't remember the name of it, that actually eschewed having a solid base. It actually had a hole in the base so that the PCB kind of poked through. And the idea behind that was that it could allow them to get low. I can't remember what that board was called, but I do remember seeing that go into interest check. E-white board, I think, with brass accents, if I remember rightly. Okay. Is this is Susu Watari, Musa, right? Yeah, this is MT3 Susu Watari that we're on at the minute. We've got quite a few key sets to get through today. Push that cap on the Sharpie back all the way. Ah, apologies. There you go. It's a really old one. It actually doesn't work, doesn't that one? That's the reason why it's there, because it doesn't work anymore. It's ready to go in the bin. Okay. How does one write Yorkshire? Where's this going, Bloodin? How does one write Wales? I don't know where you're going with that, Bloodin. That's not a hot take. If you want a hot take, here is one that gets people mad at me. I don't like GMK or ABS keycaps. I have only one. Just remind me every now and again not to buy a GMK set. That's fine, man. You don't have to like it. There's certain keycap sets that I don't like. Plastics I don't like. I'm just answering them from chat, Tofu Keys. Just answering them from chat. I'm just way behind chat, that's all. Yeah, I think James points it out. Way behind chat. Okay, there we go. That's MT3 Susawatari done. Whoops. Anarchy says, you use a picture of Yorkshire pudding. Picture says it's 1,000 words, not 100, Anarchy. It's 1,000 words. Based label maker. Don't know what you mean. It's pretty cool though. It does a good job. It does a good job. Okay, the Mesa, yeah, the Mesa, sorry, yeah, the Mesa, however you pronounce it, yeah, I do remember seeing that. Yes, I think that is the one I'm thinking of. But it has a crazy low front height. Okay, so this is a keycap set that's in use, but it's the rest of the keycap sets. This is EPBT Royal Alpha, because I've written it on the box. Cipher is less than 2 cm front height, maybe 18 millimeters. I don't think that's particularly low though. Like, there's loads of boards that are less than 20 millimeters. There's like quite a lot that are lower than 20 millimeters. I think 17 and under is what I would call low. Some boards like the what board am I thinking of? The Juby have that kind of slope to the front, the old cherry style slope, which makes it feel shorter than it actually is as well. So that's also a thing. That's the other type of board you can look at too. I'm 165. Yes, that is about 17 millimeters. Yeah, I think. Okay. Do you think I will like SA for like MT3? I think they're a bit different. For me, they're a little bit different. So I would say that they're probably different enough that you might not notice. Sorry, that you will notice. Sorry, that you might not transition well between the two. This is EPBT Royal Alpha. Royal Alpha is one of my favourite colourways ever. The 2 greens just looks really good. Ukulele Dad, thank you very much for the raid. 7 people. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We are just chilling, chatting, and storing keycaps today. We're literally just taking keycaps out of boxes and putting them in tubs, and then stacking the tubs up so they'll go nice and neatly on my shelves. That's literally all we're doing today, guys, and answering questions from chat. So, welcome new folks. Thank you very much for joining, and Ukulele Dad, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for raiding the stream. Organization time. Yeah, you can't beat it, man. You can't beat a bit of organization. Some keyboard chores are enjoyable, others just have to be done. This is one of both. This fits in both camps. Yeah, Petrichor is lower, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same as Cypher or not. I think it is a little bit lower. I think. I haven't used my Petrichor in a while. Actually, I should have a go on that. Keebnoob says I was cleaning out my soldering drawer, and it's amazing how many plastic bags I had accumulated. Dude, my artisan drawer is exactly the same. All of the tubs with cards and everything in. There is just so many of them. I haven't built my ISO key yet. No, it's I just haven't got around to it, man. It's sat there. It's in the warehouse behind me. I've got all the parts for it now. I have everything ready to go. I just haven't got around to it. One build stream a week just isn't enough to keep going through my collection. I seem to be getting more than one board a week at the minute, so the actual queue doesn't seem to be reducing. And the keycult's just sat there at the minute. Maybe soon though. Maybe soon. Maybe we'll do it as the first build in 2021. ISO Keycult. Okay. Trying to look and see what set's next. I think it's actually 2 sets in one case next. But time to use the label maker again. I got the original Keycap plate file from the Keycap website, and then I spoke very, very nicely to James AKB, and he modified it for me. And then I spoke very, very nicely to the people at Laser Boost. They made me another plate in brass. They sent it to me. I gave them some money, of course, for doing it. And then now it's set in my warehouse. And that's it. Real Riskable says, how much would your mind be blown if I send you a 3D printed keyboard? I'm dubious already. 3D printed switches, double dubious, and it turns out to be one of the best keyboards you've ever used. If that turned out to be true, it would blow my mind. If you could do that and you could beat the I've got a big keyboard collection, right? I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but I've probably got about 200 keyboards. I have some really, really, really nice typing feel, typing sound, just genuinely joyful experiences that if you could do me a 3D printed one, and bear in mind I do a lot of 3D printing. I've got 2 printers going at the minute. And I've just bought another one today. I do a lot of 3D printing. If you could make something that I actually thought was better than some of the keyboards I've built that are made from aluminium and other bits and pieces, I would be very, very impressed. I would be incredibly impressed. So impressed, I would probably tell you to start up a print farm and let's stock it and sell it on my store. That's how impressed I would be. That's just genuinely how impressed I would be. Okay, so let's do the labels for this one. This is EPBT. EPBT Royal Alpha, and this is the base kit. James is very confident. What was I confident about, man? What was I confident? $200 times average cost of 300. Geesh, dude, I don't even know how many keyboards I have. Like, part of the reason why I'm doing this for the keycap storage is because I have a friend called Tinkerton who's going to come and in exchange for time on my laser cutter and 3D printers and other tools, he is going to organize my entire keyboard collection. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. And as part of that, he's going to document everything I have. We're going to have a whole barcode system.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Brez, for the 18 months. Currently on a 16-month streak. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. Thank you, dude. So yeah, we're going to trade time on my laser cutter for time for him organizing everything. That's the plan. He's going to come around late January and do that. There we go. That's another one done. EPBT Royal Alpha. That can go on the stack. Real Riskable says, I'm up to the challenge. What's your favorite colors? I like greens. Like, I'm a big fan of green. Yeah, so go nuts. But I'll be very surprised if you can do it. I would be very surprised if you can do something that competes enough to even get a space on my desk for more than a day. That's because I build a board every week, and it's rare that board doesn't stay on my desk for a week. Boards so far that have been highlights have been the Juby, the LZ, and the Thermal this year. Those have been highlights. The Skog would be still on my desk if I hadn't loaned that to James, who's in chat at the minute. But yeah. Okay. Let's see what keycap sets we've got next. I think there's 2 in 1 in this old tray. I've had this tray for a long time, but I'm not actually sure what's in here. Okay, so this is the remains of Gmk Xen, which is actually on my Xen behind me, the orange board at the bottom here. This is the last few keys for Gmk Xen, I think. So let's do one big tub for that, and then if I ever take the board off, the set off the board, I've got a big tub to put it in. What are some of my favorite keyboards that I own? I think I just mentioned a couple there. I've got a load of keyboards that I really love. My Petrichor is really nice. I've got an original Prophet that I really like. I think there's some more of these Xen keycaps in the bottom of this as well. Looking through. This is a UK ISO double shot set. Nice. Slightly yellowed with age. I mean, Iron 180 Prototype, Iron 165 limited edition. Like, dude, there's just so many boards that I like. The LZST, that's one of just 2 that were made, and it's just absolutely stunning. The first ever polycarbonate board I typed on, and I only managed to buy it off the guy that owned it a couple of weeks ago, so it's kind of crazy. Okay, I know this tub's really empty, but that's because the key set's in use, so we're going to do it this way, and then we've got plenty of space if we take it off that board at some point in the future. So this is a Gmk Exempt, which went with the Exempt keyboard, and this is just the base. Bledin saying that I like Eva Colors. Oh, Bledin. Thank you for that. Sounds good. Contract deal ahead. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Walletburn is here as well. One of my favourite 40s makers. Hey man, good to see you. I'm still upset you didn't sell me a Kahal. Right? Are you referring to Real Riskable? Oh, okay, you were confident that he wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, 3D printing's amazing. Like, the technology is so good, and you can do some amazing things with it. But making a functional keyboard, something that has to feel and sound good, yeah, I remain to be convinced. There we go, Gmk Exempt, all done. I remain to be convinced, but I'm happy to be convinced if someone can actually convince me. That's the trick. Have you used the label maker yet for rectal use only stickers? No, I haven't. But I will put one on whichever board it was you sent me the other day, Socialite, just for you. James says the Skog is very nice, can confirm. Yeah, it's genuinely lovely. Really big props to Percent. The way that they've designed that board and machined it, very, very impressive. You should go check out that build stream of mine if you haven't, because I do go into quite a bit of depth on some of the small little fundamental things that people often miss if they don't have a bit of knowledge about CNC machining and milling and stuff like that. King Nesty even said it was his favourite review. So there we go. I like between 72 and 78 gram switches, Real Riskable. Something generally a fair bit heavier than what most people like. But yeah, between 72 and 78 grams is kind of like where I like it. Enemy's friend says, does the Dymo have a logger? Would be super easy to inventory all the sets if it had. No, it doesn't have a logger. Or if it does, that's a feature I've not found. Yeah. It's a feature that I've just not found. So I'm sure it doesn't. CoinStump says, what are we doing today? We're just literally putting keycaps into new storage tubs and taking them out of old ones. So everything's the same, it's all uniform, and it's going to be much easier for me to manage. That's literally what we're doing today. Just nice, chill, easy stream. No dramas, no worries, just taking it steady away. Bledin says, I did clarify green and purple. Thanks, man. Thanks. Wallet Burner says he's going to PM me. Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. But yeah, we're just taking it nice and easy, steady away, just chilling out, talking with chat. I think this was one of the first OG double shot sets I got, actually. But I don't think I've ever actually used it. It's slightly yellowed, as you can see from the overhead shots. But it's still really nice. It's still really nice. It's barely being used. It's just been in sunlight because it's still got the old texture onto the keycaps. So it's nice. It'd go really nice on a beige case maybe one day. But yeah, just feel free to ask questions, guys. I will answer anything at all that you ask. You can ask me anything you'd like. And as long as I can answer it Twitch safe, I'll answer it. So go nuts. And of course without breaking any NDA agreements or anything like that. But I will be as open and honest as I can with you. Switch Doctor AU says, hi Jay. Hey man, good to see you, dude. Good to see you. 2 Australians we've got in chat now, Mr. Petrov and Switch Doctor. thoughts on Cat Phantasmagoria? Phantasmagoria, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. I haven't seen this. I do not keep up with interest check anywhere near the level I once used to. Well, the colours are nice. I've seen the colours. So all I've seen so far is the colours. I've got down to the list of Pantones. I like the pinks and purples and blues. That's nice. Oh man, it's a very low contrast set. A very low contrast. I think the legends need to be a bit thicker on this. It needs to be quite a bit chunkier. The legends are really thin. I'm not sure you could even dice up them that thin. Hangul Katakana, okay. Colmac alphas. Hangul alphas. Wait. Hiragana, Katakana, Hangul. That's nice. The Hangul one's nice. I really like the Hangul kit. That could be really nice. Dvorak. Yeah. Okay. TKL mods. Gosh, there's a lot of kits. Text novelties, numpad kit, Spacebar's kit, accent kit, UK ISO kit. There it is, right at the very end. Yeah, I think it looks nice. I think it's okay. It's a nice bright set. I think the legends need to be a bit thicker. Bear in mind, guys, I'm just looking at this for the first time now, so I have no idea how far along this is into IC, but I would definitely make the legends a bit more bold. The colours are nice though. I think it'll be fine. It works well. Yeah, I don't dislike that. I don't dislike it. Enemy's friend says, how much money will you pull out of my wallet next year? At least 3. 3 is what I'm going to go for. Just 3. At least 3, sorry. Okay. We've got a lot of projects coming through next year. Some really, really exciting ones, actually. Drop that a little bit hard. Okay, so this is OG Cherry, and then it's UK ISO. I'm going to specify that here. So I'm going to put OG Cherry double shots. Three monies, yeah, a whole 3. I meant 3 wallets, but yeah, let's go with 3 monies. And then I'm just going to put UK ISO on the second layer on this one, just so it's really clear what this set is. Is that some Iron Brew? It is, yeah. I've actually got 2 cans of it because I figured I'd be talking a little bit more than normal on stream today, so I'll probably get a bit more thirsty. Okay. There we go, that's another one done. It's getting a bit tall as that tower now. It's not the same as Iron Brew candies, it's very different. But I really like it. I'm a real big fan of it. I think I've dropped a key set on the floor actually, hold on. No, it's okay, it's there. Okay, I think there might be a couple of key sets in this one as well, but let's see what we've got first. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so this is a really old key set. This was one of the first custom key sets I actually bought in the hobby. This is a Gmk Skydolch. This is the round 1 of Skydolch as well. It's had 2 runs, I believe. But this is the round 1 that actually has a row 5 bottom row option, which is, row 5 is nice. Luna Sama asking what Iron Brew tastes like. It's a really difficult thing to tell you what it tastes like. Let me send you some. Luna, message me and I will send you a can of Iron Brew and you can try it yourself. How about that? Finished lubing 8071s. Nice. Always lube a couple of extras, Katsu, because you never know when you might need an extra one. If there's a switch that doesn't work, I would always recommend lubing at least 2 or 3 more just in case. or you might drop one on the floor and it disappear into that void that things disappear into, or you might solder it badly, or it might bend or break a pin. Always do a couple more than you need. But yeah, Iron Brew is difficult to taste. Like, I think it's supposed to taste like fruit, but not anything specific. And it really doesn't taste like anything specific. There is nothing else in the world that tastes like Iron Brew. It does taste a bit irony. Like, that's the thing. It does taste a little bit irony. And they used to have a joke that it was made with girders. So, yeah. Just check the view count, and we've got 69 viewers. Wahey. Keck. Lol. LOL. Always best to do an extra 2 or 3 now whilst you're in the zone or whilst you're doing the lubing, because you might lube differently the next day or the day after. Until you're really consistent at it, you never know how much difference a night's sleep's going to make to how thick or thin you apply the lube. Just do it while you're in the zone, man. Trust me, future you will thank you for doing it that way, because then you won't have to lube anymore. It's done. Get it over and done with. Get it out of the way. Okay. Do you know what, James? I don't deny that the main flavour is banana. I've often said to people that I taste a little bit of banana when I drink Iron Brew, and people tell me that that's silly and crazy and it doesn't taste anything like banana. But I would absolutely believe that. Like, I would 100% believe it. But I still wouldn't say that it's actually banana flavoured. Like, it's nothing like bananas. Like, it's just the aftertaste is a little bit similar to the aftertaste you get from bananas. It's definitely not. Like, let's see what it says. Sparkling flavoured soft drink with sugar and sweeteners. Ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, citric acid. Flavourings include caffeine. I don't know what caffeine tastes like. That's not coffee. Caffeine. Ammonium ferric citrate and quinine. Aspartame and acetylfame K. A couple of preservatives, sunset yellow colours, which is FCF, Ponzo 4R, contains a source of phenylalanine, don't know, may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. Wow. So there you go. That's what's in it. It doesn't actually tell you what it's supposed to taste like. All the bad ones. Cancer in a bottle. It's a can, Mr. Petrov. Look, Mr. Petrov. That's a can. It's a can, not a bottle. Sorry, dude. I don't know. These Australians coming over here thinking they know what a can is. I don't know. Coin Summer says the question is, how do you still have any teeth and drink this much Iron Brew? All my own original teeth. Today I learned. Sorry, Mr. Petrov. I'm picking on you. Vogon's here as well. Hey, Vogon. Good to see you. Vogon was kind enough to interview me for his podcast the other week. Oh, I'd forgotten I'd got all of these keys for it. This key set is huge. Why don't we do base kits like this anymore? Man, this is a cool base kit. This is such a full base kit. Is it something I didn't realise? No, just doing an extra midweek stream because I'm just sorting through keycaps. In Australia, they have VB. Nice. You were kind enough to get in this scuffed podcast. The podcast was not scuffed. It's very professional. Send me some numbers, man. Show me how well the episode's doing. I'm interested to see how many people have listened to it. I really do miss big base kits like this. I know why we do smaller base kits in the community these days, but big base kits like this, it's nice. Like, it's just nice. It's like, you've got all of these keys, you can do more with them. I don't know. I wonder if we've gone the wrong direction sometimes when we look at smaller base kits. What do you guys think? Big base kits or small base kits? Let's see what chat's thoughts are. Big base kits or small base kits? What do you prefer? I like them big. Nothing wrong with that. No, because I didn't know that Dixie sold them. They're very similar. Dixie actually reached out to me on Insta and gave me some tips on using them. But I wasn't aware because I don't shop on the US. I don't shop on the US vendors very often because I'm from the UK. So I tend not to shop there. But they're very similar. The same sort of thing. I just bought a few hundred. I bought 200 of these big ones and 100 of the smaller ones to try and put all of my keycaps in. And hopefully I'll have enough. I think I should. Okay. Okay, and this is GMK. Oh, not GMY. GMK Sky Dolch. And this is the base kit. Being in Canada, shipping is a killer if I want the Dixie ones. Yeah, well, I say I found these local. I had to buy them in bulk to get them actually at a reasonable price. If I didn't buy them in bulk, they worked out at like, I don't know, £3 odd each, which was, when you consider it, that's close to $5 a piece, like in small quantities. But because I bought a couple of hundred, the price came down quite significantly. But yeah, I'd like to stock them, hopefully for people here in the UK, maybe across Europe, depending on how Brexit goes in the next week or two. We'll see. It'd be nice to just have them in stock and be able to sell them. These are 1 litre ones, yeah, they're a 1 litre tub. Okay, what's up next? Anyone know what this keycaps is? It's a bit of a brighter one. No, I'll be keeping the GMK trays January. I'll be, just in case I ever trade them or sell them, this is just more for my use and for my storage. It is indeed Skeletor. You are right, Bledin. This is round 1 Skeletor as well, not round 2. So this is the version that has the UK ISO keys in it. Luna Summer got Skeletor right first, yeah. I swear I sold a lot of key pours and I want to sell posts on that desk mat today. You may well have done. This desk mat is the GAF desk mat. Quite a few people have it. There's quite a few people out there with this desk mat. Well, that was the quickest one to do so far. No taking out of a tray. Right, we need a base sticker, and that was already on there, so I'm going to print that first. Thanks, autocorrect skeleton. Yeah, I've had that before on mobile. So this is GMK Skeletor. But yeah, all of the original GMK trays, January, I'll be keeping in storage. It just means I don't have to have them on the shelving that I use. I can put them away pretty much permanently unless I need to dig them out. Just going to make it easier for sorting and everything else. I currently use 2 shelves in the warehouse for my personal collection, and I'd like to make sure that that's not the case going forward. I'd really like to have all of my collection in the office space here, because this is a 500 square foot office, so I'd like to bring all of my personal collection in here, either by displaying it on the walls or by having it in tubs so it's easily stackable on shelves, that kind of stuff. That's the plan. Over time. It's not going to be immediate, but that's what we're going to do over time. Okay, that's GMK Skeletor base done. Next up, anybody know what this set is? It is Red Alert, yeah. It's actually the new one, DCS Red Alert, that Socialite ran with Dixie. Every set is Olivia with different colours in the end. Gwillette says, "What up?" And good to see you. Remind me of Barney Stinson when you do that. What up? In before people flipping old GMK trays. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. I remember giving a load of GMK trays away at a meetup once, like loads. I give away like probably 30 or so. This is a DCS Red Alert. Luna was the only one to try and guess. I think we need to see more DCS sets, Grillad. I'm a big fan of DCS, and I think we should see more of it. R3? R3? R3 of what? Oh, Red Alert. Oh, yeah, it might be R3, actually. Yeah, you might be right there. Yeah, you might be right. I didn't buy DCS Sleeper. No, it wasn't a set that I bought. New GMK trays are not amazing. Alpaca's in stock on my keyboard. Nice. I have some new switches in stock on Prototype actually. I've just got notification that they're shipping from the manufacturer, which is good. Okay, what have we got next? This is a nice easy one. Let's see if anyone can guess what this is, but this should be really obvious. DCS Sleeper is still available? Yeah, I do really like DCS. I'm not sure I want Sleeper though. Like, I have GMK Muted. I think I have 2 versions of it, so GMK 8. GMK 11s? Yeah. Maybe. If only. Is there any key sets that you guys would like to see a rerun of that you haven't seen rerun yet? Is there any key sets that deserve a round 2? Mizu. GMK Emir loves text mods. I think Emir would leave the hobby if I did that. Dots is okay. I don't actually own Dots. It's one of the key sets I don't own. Crimson Cadet for sure. Yeah, I have original Space Cadet. I don't have Crimson Cadet. I actually thought I did have it, but I was looking for it the other day and I couldn't find it. So I don't believe I do have it. But GMK cheat code Oblivion. Oblivion with the Hagoramo alphas, the white alphas. That's my favorite Oblivion. Okay, perhaps we should play a little game, guys. Whilst I'm doing this one, maybe you should try and guess between yourselves. No prize, but maybe you should try and guess between yourselves what set I'm going to do next. What's the next set that's going to appear on screen to get put in a tub? What's the next set that's going to happen? I don't have a keyboard command January, but this is an Iron 165 limited edition. That's number 13 of however many they did in the white stainless steel and the copper base, solid copper base. And this is a one of 2. Oops, nearly. This is one of 2, just 2 ever produced LZ STs in polycarbonate, which is a board that I've been coveting for a long time. It used to belong to a friend of mine, and he finally agreed to sell it to me just a few weeks ago. Yeah, so you guys need to put your thoughts into chat. What set do you think is coming up next? What set am I going to be boxing up next? Let me know, guys, in chat. Comment below. Tricky Bison says Handabite. Any takers, any followers on Handabite? No? No takers. I don't know. Hint. No, I'm not giving hints. No hints. DSA Hyperfuse. DSA. Wow. It's not DSA, I can tell you that. Ski Dolce. Good shout. Good shout. I do have Ski Dolce and I do have Hyperfuse in GMK. HK Gaming 900. It's not HK Gaming. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's just a chill stream, Ravius. Or Ravus. Ravius? Yeah, it's just a chill stream today, man. We're just literally boxing up keycaps and just having a good chill time. Olivia? Okay, Olivia might be dead. We'll see. Gmk Sparta. That never ran, did it? I don't think Sparta actually ran. I think it got cancelled. I think the closest we have to that is actually Infinity Port right now. Muted R1. Could be muted. I do have muted. I have 2 sets of muted actually. Still want Gmk Sparta? Yeah, I'd buy Sparta in a second if it ran. You got Infinity Port? Nice. I actually shipped all of the Infinity Port orders yesterday or the day before that came through Prototypist, so those are all out in the wild now. I basically got permission from TKC to do that before they shipped their sets, because they haven't even got their sets yet. So I had to get a bit of special dispensation to ship it. Carbon R1. Yeah, that's a good shout. I do have Carbon R1. I was actually thinking of Sparta for my IM180. Hopefully Gmk Civilization will be on group action. I really like Gmk Civilization, actually. That's a really good shout. Yeah, I can't remember. What did I put on my IM180? I think I put some OG caps on my IM180 when I built that a few weeks ago. I think. Gmk Future Funk. Is that out yet? Because I didn't buy that in group buy, but I do want to buy it. Gmk 9s. And this is the base kit. Can we all agree that those old child kit trays are just the worst packaging? Yeah, I think most keyboard packaging, most key set packaging is pretty terrible today. I think the only ones I actively like is the Infinity packaging, because it's a nice box with some nice trays in. But I don't think that's even perfect. Like, I think that's still got a load of flaws to it. Like, there's definitely some better options needed. I'm waiting for the Perestroika extras. Yeah, I'm excited for Perestroika. Perestroika. I really like that set. Designed by Cohen, of course. Cohen sometimes watches. I don't think he's here today. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. There you go. That's Gmk 9's base done. Okay, let's see if anyone was right. This is the next keycap set. I do have Metropolis, but it's not. Someone said Handabite, and they got it right. First try. Because that's what it is. They were exactly spot on the first guess. It's like you knew. I'm really impressed that you actually got it right. I really struggled to actually contain it and say, like, carry on pretending I didn't get it. I'm not buying Gregory. No, I am not buying Gregory. No. Like, I'll buy some meme sets, but I'm not buying Gregory. My day is now complete. Okay, well, we can play again in a second. We can play again as to what set's coming up next. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think it might be in use, actually, on a board. It doesn't look like the tray's full, so the next set might only be a partial set. But I do like Handabite. Like, I don't like it for the colours or anything else, or for the way it looks. I like it for the history behind it. That's why I like it.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Vogon says 100 rigged bits. Thank you very much for those bits, man. I really appreciate those. Maybe it was rigged. Maybe it wasn't. Alan Woot says, "What is your favorite 60 layer, and why is the Sangan the superior layer?" Okay, so I like ISO with a 7U bottom row. That's my favorite 60 layer. So I like ISO with a Sangan bottom row, the 7U bottom row. Wing keyless, of course, because that's the best way to do it. That's why the JO2, when it ran, only offered a 7U bottom row on the plates. Like the support was there on the PCBs, and the plate files were open if people wanted to do a 6.25U space, but by design, it was supposed to be 7U. So wing keyless 60, not a fan. You don't have to be a fan, Zephyr. It's all good. We can all like different things. But yeah, wing keyless 60 with a 7U bottom row and ISO enter is my jam. Full backspace. But we can all have our own thoughts and feelings on that. There's no right or wrong answers, guys. If you like something, you like it. That's all that matters. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you like something, guys, just you like it. We all have a preference, and we don't need to agree to still be friends. We can disagree and we can still be friends, you know. We can not like the same things and still be friends and still get on. That is absolutely possible. I know it's hard to believe, but I promise you, it is possible. There is no appealing 60 boards incoming. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. Like, there's always new 60s coming. There's always new 60% boards coming. I'd be really, really surprised if there was no good 60% coming. I don't keep up to date with interest checks as much as I used to, because we don't need to do it for Top Block anymore. But I'm positive there must be some good 60s coming. So the original, so the plan is, Sega Pruthi, that when my friend Tinkerton comes over, he will be QR coding every key set and every keyboard to log it into a database. For now, I'm just putting them all in tubs, taking them out of the trays, putting them in tubs, and labeling those tubs up. So he will be doing that. He will be digitizing it all. And I'll probably have a public spreadsheet that kind of documents my collection then, because I don't have that right now. And I get the question all the time, do you have X, do you have Y? So I think that's what we'll do. We won't do artisans, we'll just do key sets and keyboards. But yeah, we are going to do that. We're going to digitize the whole inventory. True that 7U is the best bottom row. Was a heathen for a long time using smaller space bars, but now have gone to the dark side. Nice. I've never been a fan of split space bar. Never been a fan of it. I think that's because my typing style doesn't make the most of the space bar key. Let's be honest. It leaves something to be desired. But yeah, yeah, I don't like split space. Violet and Cream rerun, nice. Yeah, I don't own Violet and Cream actually. I have the SA version, but I do not have the Gmk version. I wish I did have the Gmk version. Seven U is the original norm. Yeah, I agree, Anarchy. Microsoft, it was putting the Windows keys. Right, we need a base sticker, so I'm going to print that off as well. And then we're going to go for Gmk Handarbeit. A Splurgo weirdo. Forgive me for not saying your name, but I might get in trouble with the Twitch mods if I do say that out loud. Okay, that's another one done. Right, before we do the next one, guesses on what the next keycap set is, guys. Again, no prize, sadly, but let's see what you guys think the next keycap set's going to be. I want at least 5 people to tell me what they think. No one's putting into chat. We've got like 90 viewers and no one's putting anything to chat. 9009. All black and white. Modern Dolch. Okay, interesting. Gmk Serica R1. It's a good shout. Olivia. Olivia is in this pile, I think. Striker. Oh, 2 people saying Striker at the same time. It's not Striker. I know it's not Striker because I don't have that set. Gran is there, so it's not Gran. Classic Retro is a good shout. It is an originative set. I actually don't know what this is because I can't tell from the side, but let's find out together. Okay, Zapri, you were right. It is Classic Retro. It's the rest of Classic Retro because the rest of it's on a board. So you were absolutely spot on. It's Classic Retro. Gmk Classic Retro. So again, I'm going to use a big tub for this one because the rest of the key set's on a board. So if I ever take it off that board, I'll need somewhere to put it. I don't actually know what board it's on, but it must be on a board. Insider information, insider trading. For no prize whatsoever, Zapri had insider knowledge. Yeah. In fact, I wonder if I sent this to Huey by mistake, because the last time I remember building a board and using this keycap set, I was building a board for Huey. I think I might need to have a chat with him and see if that's what happened. Huey laughing at the minute. He would have told me. He would have told me. I'm sure he would have told me if I'd sent a key set as well as his keyboard back. But that is the last time I remember using this set, so I don't think it's on a board in here. No. He would have told me. He would have wanted the rest of the set anyway. I think. I'm sure he would have told me. He would have told me, right? He wouldn't have not told me. Especially considering that was like 6 months ago or something. Okay. How's the music, guys? Is it too loud, too quiet? I'm conscious that I didn't really ask you at the beginning of the stream. Let me know if it's overpowering or if you need it to be a bit louder. I'm more than happy to adjust it for you. It's perfect. Good, good. Brian's been streaming, which usually means that most of my audio settings have all been changed. Naughty Brian. Okay, so this is a Gmk Classic Retro. Well done, Zapri. Gmk Classic Retro. And this is the base kit. Okay, any guesses on what sets up next? Vogon, actually, you've already said this set. You were wrong when you said it before, but the next setup you've already said, Vogon. I bought these in bulk from a supplier. Yeah, you can get German keycaps sometimes, Yuri. So on occasion there will be a Norda kit, which includes DE German keys, or you can actually look for some OG Cherry die subs or double shots, which will come in a DE version as well, a German version. For example, if you look at Gmk Stealth in Group Buy right now, that has a Norda kit which includes all of the German keys. So you mix that with the base kit, and that gives you what you need to cover German layout. It's not Olivia next. No, it's not Olivia. But you have said the name of the set that's next. I think bouncy chill-ups. I think changing layout because you can't get your language keycaps all the time, that feels like a bit of a misnomer to me. Like, I don't know, like changing. I still use ISO, and I still manage to use UK ISO on the majority of my keyboards. Like, I still, yeah, I feel like that's a bad reason to change. There are better reasons to change to ANSI than just the colors of the keycaps on your board. You might find it more attractive. You might find it easier to use. It might be the language that you prefer to code in, or whatever, because that's where you're from, or the company you work for uses American English over British English, or something like that. There are 1,001 reasons to change, but the fact that you can't get a certain keycap set, I don't know. It never sat right with me personally that would be a reason to change. And I've purposefully stuck with ISO. Like, pretty much every board I have is ISO. There are so few that are ANSI. And I have a huge keycap collection as well. I just wouldn't want to sacrifice a layout that I prefer for keycap colors. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer here. There's like, people have different thoughts and feelings on it, but and it's up to the individual. But that's my feeling. That's how I feel about it. You love ISO still, but you're sick of paying extra for keycaps. I don't get. I get that. I get that it costs extra sometimes, but for something that you love, a little bit of money is often worth it. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far in the other direction either, Zappy, personally. I do buy sets that don't have UK ISO, but I very rarely buy a set that doesn't have ISO coverage. Okay, next set. You did say this earlier on. Vogon. It is Gmk Vaporwave. Now I know this is on a board. This is on my Jane V2 CE. So I know this is already on a board, but we'll put the rest of it in this big tub. What sets didn't support ISO? I think most of Dixie's sets do support ISO in some sort of add-on kit. This set's really good. Like, the stream doesn't do a good job of showing off how good the legends are. Like, the legends on this, they're a lot easier to read IRL, but they look great. It's a great keycap set as this. I'll show you another one. They're much more legible in real life than what it looks like on this set. But this is one of the 3 Vaporwave sets. So there's Gmk Laser, which I have, there's Gmk Analog Dreams, and there's Gmk Vaporwave. And those 3 combined give me the kind of Vaporwave aesthetic. I do get your point, Bouncy Chip. I do. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just, my personal opinion is slightly different. And that's the great thing about this hobby. We can have different opinions and still get on and still be friends. That's the great thing about this hobby. There's no right or wrong answers. But I personally prefer a bigger, more inclusive base kit, as Zapri mentions. That's my preference, or at least to have the only way I don't mind ISO not being in the base kit is if there's something like a Nordic kit that I can get behind, so like Gmk Alpine or Gmk Stealth. That's the way I like it to be as well. But just keeping an all-inclusive base kit with UK ISO. Oh no! I dropped a key. I'm gonna just do this trait and then I'm gonna grab that. I think I only dropped one. There we go. No, I haven't tried Analog Dream alphas with Vaporwave mods. The purples are too different, Zap. So I know you can't really see, and I can't reach the camera to zoom in because it's on the new mount. But the purples don't match. It doesn't work very well. I'll take a picture after the stream for you if you remind me. But the purples don't work. They don't match closely enough. Sorry. So if you support designers, Zapri, who do inclusive base kits, what was the last Gmk set you bought in group by Zapri? I'm interested to know, what was the last Gmk set you bought? Which was the designer that you supported through your wallet? Let me know, dude. Let me know, because I'm interested. I got a great offer for OG cherry sets today, and they're just ISO DE, so I'll probably start to build a board with ISOs anyway. I've got a load of OG cherry sets that are German layout. I've got some OG die subs as well. I think I've got 3 or 4 sets of German die subs actually. Gmk Euro, nice. Yeah, Gregory's not for me. I'm not a fan of Gregory. Okay, so we've got Gmk Vaporwave. It was Mono R2. There you go. Okay, this is base. Okay, what other sets would you have joined then, Zapri? What other sets would you have joined that you really liked and then just didn't either, you know, for because you didn't want to spend the money or whatever? It doesn't really matter what the reason is. What other sets would you have considered joining? What other sets did you think about joining? Tarot R2? Yeah, Tarot's nice. Tarot's possibly the 4th set in the whole Vaporwave aesthetic. It's really close to being in that. So you've got Laser, you've got Analog Dreams, you've got Vaporwave, and you've kind of got Tarot to one side. All 3 are really good sets. All 4, sorry, are really good sets. There we go, that's another one done. Okay. Gmk Camping R2, I still regret it. I got Camping R2 just a couple of weeks ago, but yeah. Noel and Perestroika. Yeah, Noel is a bit of a regret for me because I didn't buy it in the end, I don't think. Did I? I don't think I did. I don't think I did buy Noel. I did buy Perestroika. Icon, text or icon or the wrong one. Which do you prefer, mods? For me, it depends on the set. Like I think different sets suit different modifiers. I don't think there's one right answer for all sets. I think it really, really depends on the set. I need Gmk Botanical to land. So I bought Gmk Botanical in the group buy. It hasn't arrived as yet. It hasn't even shipped yet, but I'm really excited to get that set. I don't know when my keyboard are going to start shipping that set, but hopefully it will be soon. Okay, so this is a set I need to be careful with because one of the things I'm going to have to do in a second is go and grab another board that's actually got another set of this on. And I think I've got a bag of novelties. So once I've taken the keycaps out of here, I'm not putting this in this. This is one of the novelty caps. I think I'm going to have to go and grab a board that's not actually built and take the keycaps off. It's just a plate and a PCB because I want to make sure that I've got all of the right sets. I think I have 2 base kits for this overall, I think. So I just want to make sure I've got the right things. And we'll do some child kits and the smaller tubs as well. So let's get the main set out. This is all the main set. There's nothing extra here. But I think I've got the... Can't remember whether they were Hiragana or Katakana alphas. I think I have a few bits. I think that's one of those as well. Cannot wait for Botanical. Yeah, I'm really excited for Botanical to turn up. I'm genuinely excited for that set. Quirdenka made it look really good in his photographs the other day, so I'm very, very excited to see that. Does it bother you to have mixed caps on containers instead of the correct layout in the trays? Not really. It's a 2-minute job to sort them out. Sort them as you go, as you need them. I just don't have space for all the trays anymore, and I need something that's more organised and easy to understand which keycap sets which, and easier to move around as well. Okay. So yeah, I'm completely fine with them being in a tub like this. It makes sense to me. Okay. Okay, once I've done these, as I say, guys, I'm just going to nip off camera. There's a chest of drawers just to the side here that has the rest of this set. I think I have every kit that this set offered, but it's split across multiple boards and things like that. So I need to make sure I've got all of the things together in the right kits. Got an E-White 7V to go with Botanical. Nice, that'll be a great combination. That'll look good. Yeah, I'll be impressed to see that. Monaco material was nice as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about joining Gmk sets at the minute with the EU vendors, because we just don't know what's going to happen with Brexit, which is really frustrating for vendors and buyers alike. It's kind of like a horrible situation we're in right now. So, yeah, it's one to keep an eye on, though. Right, okay. Give me 5 seconds, guys, and I'm just going to go and look in my chest of drawers and try and find the other keycaps that I have of this. I'll be 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay, I apologize about that, guys, because I knew I had more of these keycaps around. I think this is an extra mod set. I'm not 100% sure what's actually in here. I think this is like an additions kit. I'm just going to chuck these in with the base kit, though. Oh, this is like an obscure kit. Okay. I probably had you guys. I'm just going to put that in the base kit. Just going to pop that in the base kit. I knew I had more of these keys. Okay. And then I have the novelties kit, which those go in the novelties. Let me find a keycap puller. How do I not have a keycap puller to hand? There we go. And then I'm just going to take some of the novelties off of here, pop them in this pile. And I know that the text mods go in the tub as well, so I think we're good from that perspective. Come on. Whoops. I don't know where this keycap's from, actually. Anybody know what keycap that is? What artisan that is, where that's from? I have a feeling it's a CYO cap, right? I'm going to keep it to one side. Okay. I have already bought my set of Gmk Tighty. Yeah, it's a good looking set. It's not for everyone, but it's a good looking set, I think. Okay. So that's that done. Then we're going to need a little box. We're going to need 2 little boxes because we're going to put the novelties in one.
Ooh, very nice.
Thank you, Bouncy Chillups. Thank you very much for the 3 months of subs, dude. Appreciate you. And then we've got these alphas. Does anyone know if these are Hiragana or Katakana? I can't recall which these are. Or are they something different entirely? This is actually from my earliest Prophet build, which is the better of the two builds I had in the board actually, but I haven't used the board in a long time. It's just kind of sat on the shelf with the carbon fiber plate in. This was the better of the two builds that I had. I should rebuild it at some point. I should take this apart, rebuild it, because it must be a couple of years now since I built the Prophet. I feel like it must have been, what, early 2019? I think it must be nearly 2 years ago. Okay, almost there, guys. Well, then we'll label up these boxes, and then I think we've got about 4 or 5 key sets more to go today, and then we'll take a break. Maybe I'll do some more of this tomorrow night if people are interested in seeing it and helping me document my collection. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this good content or is this poor content? I'm going to have to look up which these alphas are as well. 3 fun content. Oh wow, I didn't realise I'd done that. I used a red ink switch for that. Wow, I'd forgotten building this board, to be honest. Okay, pop that down. Okay, another small tub. Pop the space bar in the main tub. I'm going to have to look up these alphas now. That's going to be the trick here, looking up these alphas. Let's see what kits this had. So, Gmk Red Samurai R1. Okay, so Gaijin is the name of the kit. It's the Gaijin kit and then the novelties kit. Okay, I don't think the Nordic kit actually got made because I don't have that. I don't have the space bars either. Okay, so it's the Gaijin kit. Okay. You like seeing a variety of sets? Dude, this isn't even 10% of the sets I have that we've done today. This is like 5%, if that. We can do this for days if we need to. Okay, so I need a base sticker, so I'm just going to do that one. Okay, and then we need Gmk Red Samurai. We need 3 of those. Yeah, the little ones don't quite fit a 7U spacebar in there. The big ones do. And then we need a novelties one. And then the last one we need is Gaijin. Is that how it's spelled? Gaijin? Yeah. There we go. Okay, the music seems to have stopped. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Is there any sets that you guys haven't seen IRL that you would like to see IRL? That's the base thing. This is the novelties. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's any sets that you guys want to see in real life that you haven't done as yet. You've only seen photographs of it or whatever, or on streams, because there's quite a few sets that I'd like to see in real life that I haven't yet. think some of the really early GMK sets were some of the best, like GMK Carbon, Monkey, all of those sets. I think I'd like to see some reruns of those, actually. It'd be really nice to see some reruns of that kind of set. Some of the other designers had some really solid ideas for keycap sets, I think. And I think whilst we have some good ideas now, I think some of the simplicity stuff, it's been done now. So I think a lot of people are searching for some of the more complex ideas, and sometimes that just falls a little bit flat for me. But there's some really good sets out there. But I do miss the old days when I could join every GMK set because there was only 3 a year. And now there's 20 a month. It makes it a lot more difficult. Okay. Next up, we have a Gmk Merlin. Another solid keycap set. Shout out to Gmk Merlin. I'm sure he's not watching, but shout out to him anyway. Okay. My inbox has been spammed by about 1,000 messages since I started streaming. Oh gosh. Man. There's a lot of messages for me to catch up on. Okay, let's why does everyone always message me when I'm streaming? Why is that always the time that people message me? It's like a curse. This is Gmk Merlin. One thing I'm really, really sad about with Gmk Merlin is I don't have the novelties. If anyone finds a set of Gmk Merlin novelties out there, I will be very grateful, because I just don't have the novelties for this set and I really want them. I don't know why I didn't buy them, I just didn't. I have no good excuse. You know they're on your computer? What are on my computer? What's on my computer, January? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I'm not sure I understand that message. That message confuses me. Oh right, I see what you mean. That's why they message me, because they know I'm around. Yeah, I'm around most times though. I'm never not far away from Discord. Like that's often. That app is nearly always open on my PC. I'll be honest. It's a rare time if Discord is not open on my computer. I don't think I've ever actually used this set. In fact, I don't think it's even been mounted on a keyboard. I think this is all brand new. It was nice of Merlin to do something with stock colours as well. That's definitely something I can appreciate and get behind. Although I think I preferred the original name for this. Originally, Merlin was going to call this Cerulean Sage, which is a great name for a keycap set. And I'm kind of upset that he didn't keep that. That would have been a great name. What keyboard is on the top left? This one here. This is Gmk Analog Dreams. That's Gmk Analog Dreams. The one just here is Infinity Gran. But yeah, that's Gmk Analog Dreams. It's kind of like a pastel, vaporwavy vibe, very 1980s. It's a really good set, like a really, really good set. It's one of my favorites. And it's one of the few times that RGBs look good. Okay. I am very grateful to Merlin as well for including UK ISO in this set. It's always a big win in my book. I need to find a board for this to go on. I don't think I have anything that would suit at the minute, but I should try and find something. Maybe it'd look good on E-White. Just 3 more sets after this today, guys, and then we're done for the day. Anybody able to guess what the last 3 sets are? I think 2 of them have already been mentioned on stream, I think. Metropolis I don't think is there. I do have Metropolis though. In fact, no, I know that Metropolis isn't there now. I can tell Metropolis isn't there. Muted isn't in the pile either, no. Neither of those 2 are in the pile. There's just 3 Keycap sets left though. One of them has been mentioned, definitely. I don't think the other 2 have. One of them is based off a classic set, and the other one also has an SA version of it, if that helps. It's not Yuri or Carbon, Bigfoot. Yeah, one of them has already been mentioned and is a very popular set. All other colorways are like it, apparently. One of them is based on a classic keyboard, and one of them, the final one, also has an SA version of the set. Olivia is absolutely one of the sets. Yes, that's the very next set. Can you guys guess what the other 2 are? It's not Honeywell, no. Give you a clue, it's taken from typewriters, at least in part. It's not Skeet Arthur. It is TA90. Yes, and a Bigfoot. It is TA90. Just the third one for you guys to guess now. I'm not going to give you any more clues, but I will tell you it does have an SA counterpart. I think it looks better in the SA than the Gmk version, but we'll see if anyone can guess it before we get there. Gmk, is it? Just Merlin, isn't it? Merlin. It's not Nuclear Data, no. I don't think Gmk Nuclear Data is actually shipped yet. It's not Oblivion. It's not Lime. But it does have an SA version, and it looks better in the SA version than it does in the Gmk. It's not Calm Depths. It's not Godspeed. I'm really surprised you guys haven't guessed this yet. Like, this is... I'd have thought this was quite often. It's not yellow. I'm being cautious when I say that. Okay, let's do Olivia first. This is Gmk Olivia. This is round 1 of Olivia. So, and I have quite a few different kits for it. But the main part of the board is actually in use on a... Sorry, the main part of the set is actually in use on another board. So there's some keys missing because they're on a keyboard. But that's okay. That's just fine. I think we'll get everything in one tub today. It's not camping, no. Although you are right, James. That does look better in SA than Gmk. But it's not camping. It's not Pulse, it's not Serica, it's not Hyperfuse, it's not Penumbra. It's not Yuri. I thought this was really obvious. Like, I thought it was really, really obvious. In fact, you know what? We are going to use a trial kit because that's... Wait, that's the Spacebars pack. And that's the 40s kit. So Spacebars and 40s can go in there. And this is going to be the base kit, yeah. It's not Nautilus, no. I really didn't think this Keycap set was that obscure. It's not Violet on Cream. Bigfoot, what up? You got it, man. It is Chocolatier. The last keycap set is Chocolatier. Yeah. Wow, that took some getting. I thought you guys had been all over that. I really did think you guys would be all over it. The last one is Gmk Chocolatier. SA version of Chocolatier looks better. I defy anyone to tell me different. I will disagree with you vehemently. I'll just throw another keycap on the floor. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? It's okay. I'll get it after I've emptied this tray. It doesn't look. I'm not saying it looks bad in Gmk. I just think it looks better in SA. James says it's not hard to beat. Well, I don't see Gmk Chocolatier very often, actually. Like, it's not a set you see a lot of. But I feel like it sold reasonably well. Like, I feel like in group buy it sold reasonably well for the time. Like, a couple of years ago it sold like 300 or 400 sets, which at the time was a lot. Okay, so that's the base kit done. And then I'm going to put the space bars and the 40s into a little tub together. I would do if I could get this to go back in. Come on. You're making me jealous with that gaff mat? Ah, man, sorry. I apologise. It's a really good mat. It is really nice. I'm sure you'll be able to find one. I'm sure Gaff will rerun it at some point. Like, it's a really good mat. It's very well done. Okay, I don't think that will fit. Yeah, that will fit. The other two might not, though. The other thing as well is I do have the new UK ISO kit for this. I'm going to put the ISO kit in here. I don't have it to hand at the minute, but James was kind enough to send it to me as part of a trade that we did the other day. So I am going to pop that in here as well. So I will label it up for that, and I'll pop that in after the stream. Oh, he said it was unlikely. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Here's a $1,000,000 question. How many modern Gmk keycap sets do you have? I don't know. Over 100, but I don't know the exact number. Like, the part of the reason why I'm doing this is so I can document that kind of stuff. But yeah, easily in the triple figures. I don't know an exact number. Sorry, I can't be any more accurate than that right now. Okay, Gmk Olivia. Maybe nerdy, maybe. Wait, I actually have something of yours, don't I? Something of yours came the other day in the post. It did. Looks good. It looked good with that. So we've got base. Oh, I need to print 2 of those, and I printed 1. Bugger. Oh, well, we'll go back and do another one in a second. I actually picked up a couple more key sets today that I don't have in the collection from a local guy in Manchester, actually. 2 keycap sets that I gave away a long time ago. I have had them, and I gave them away. Okay, and then we've got... I'm going to put all of these on one, so I'm going to put 40s. Wait, I can do symbols, right? Yeah. Where's the symbols key? Where's the symbols? How do I do symbols? Oh, wait, there we go. 40s. Stroke. ISO. Stroke, space bars. There we go. When does a keycap museum open? I would never open a keycap museum. I don't own enough for that kind of stuff. Would you like me to grab it, Nerdy, and show it off here? Would you like me to do that? Because that's something we could arrange. It's just through the other side of the wall. I could go get it very quickly. Or we could not do it, and we could save it until it's in your hands. That's entirely up to you. You'd like me to get that? Okay, let me finish doing this set, and then I will go and get that, and we'll show you right at the end of the stream, guys. After I've done this keycap set and the next two, I will show you guys a new prototype that Nerdy and I have been working on. I do have an ISO key cut plate, yes, for my key cut number 2, and also for my key cut number 160. Wait, is it 60 or 65? I can't remember. I've either got the 60 or the 65. And I have ISO plates for both. I have resorted to just pick one set and join one group by per month. It's easiest to let go of FOMO after I have a small collection. That's true. That's true. Okay, that's Olivia done. Let's do the next one now, which is TA90. Do you want to collect modern sets, or do you have any cool vintage sets too? I don't have any Topra sets. I'm not a fan of Topra at all. But I do have a load of vintage die subs. What I'm trying to do is collect vintage die subs and double shots from each European country. So I have Belgian die subs, Belgian double shots. I have Yugoslavian die subs, Yugoslavian double shots. I have English, UK ISO double shots and die subs. I have German die subs and double shots. I have Italian double shots. I have Portuguese double shots. I'm searching for die subs for both of those. I have French double shots. So there you go. I do collect vintage ones, yes. Okay, so TA90. I know that there is more than one kit in here, but I can't remember how the kitting works on this. But I know some of the mods are in use with something else, but most of the sets here. Okay, so I've got the Norda set, I've got the extra modifier set, and I've got the row 1 kit. Okay, that's just a space bar, so we can pop that straight in. Yes, it's alright. I have some Yugoslavian ones, yeah. Tighty hasn't been extended because it didn't make MOQ. It's just been extended in general. With extras, it's made MOQ, I'm pretty sure. It's not being extended because it didn't make MOQ. You've never seen TA90 before, Anarchy? Really? I just need better organizations, Izora. That's all. Just better organization. Like the GMK boxes just take up too much space, and I need to be able to identify sets faster than I can right now. So that's why we're doing this. And plus, it helps me document and catalog what I have in my collection. This, of all the Triumph Adler sets, this, apart from the OG ones of typewriters, this is the best version, James. This is absolutely the best version. I don't know exactly how many sets I have bouncy chill-ups, but it's in the triple digits from GMK alone. And then I've got some SA sets, I've got some Susu Atari sets, sorry, some MT3 sets, some Cat sets, some MG sets. I've got quite a few different profiles. So, yeah. These containers are just something I bought from UK wholesalers. I bought a few hundred of them just for my keycap collection. If you guys follow my Insta stories, you'll have seen them on there. From your hometown is Triumph Adler. Nice. I've got a couple of the old typewriters as well because I like it that much. Yeah, we're well into the triple figures. I don't have exact numbers though on how many sets I have. But that's why I'm doing this exercise. Because once I've catalogued everything, I'll know. I'll know exactly what I have. You like my Insta stories? Thanks, man. I like doing them. Do you know, I've never been to Nuremberg. I've been to Germany a few times, and I've never been to Nuremberg. Okay, so that's the base kit then. back in there. Okay, so let me get the labels ready for this one. Hey Archetype, thanks for joining, guys. How you doing? How you doing? I liked your new artisan, by the way. I like the new artisan that you had out. I didn't get one, but I liked it. It was nice. Okay, so this is Gmk TA90. And we're going to need 3 of these because we've got the mods kit, the base kit. I'm probably going to put the mods kit and the R1 kit together. And then we'll do a separate tub for the Norda kit. Hit me up if you're ever over here. I hope to get to UK next year. If that's the keyboard meetups again. Yeah, we had the biggest keyboard the UK's ever had meetup planned for this year. It was going to be over 200 people there, and it just didn't happen. Icon mods stroke R1 kit. There we go. Yeah, I plan to go to Mechanicon as well. I didn't get there last year, but I did get to Seattle last year, which was nice. And then we've got the Norda kit. And then we've got the base kit. There we go. As you can see, most of this set's still sealed. I haven't even used these. These are all still sealed, all 3 of these. So, yeah, it is what it is. But we live and learn. Yeah, collect artisans. I can show some off if you'd like. I don't have all of my artisan collection here, but I have maybe a couple hundred caps, I guess. Walker, so the part of the reason why I'm doing this is to try and catalogue what I have. So far on stream, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've done 17 sets today. There's one more to do, so we'll have done 18 sets today by the time we're finished. And then I'm going to go grab a prototype and show that off. But I don't have a full tally. I think I've got... I'm in the triple figures, I know that, but I don't know the exact number. I don't know if I'll stream the rest. I don't know. I did maybe 10 or 15 today without being on camera, without streaming it, so I may not stream the rest. But I just wanted to do something on the stream to you guys whilst I was doing this. Oh, I tell a lie, I have opened the Norda set, so I must have taken a key or 2 out of here. Because, as I say, I have used some of the original Gabriel typewriter keys for a keyboard build, and some of the mods from the base kit on this, just to round out that keyboard. That's my Volcano that those are on. You can probably search up the stream if you want to see that build. What's going to happen to the trays? They're just going to get put into storage. They're just going to get put into storage. I'll absolutely be using them in the future if I ever sell these sets or if I trade them on. They will likely go with the original trays. Hey Steelwind, hey man, how you doing, dude? Gosh, we've not spoken in ages. I'm doing well, man. I hope you're doing good too. I hope you're doing well too, dude. Where have you been, Steelwind? Where have you been? How's life? How's things? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing really well. Okay. Let me. I'll tell you what we'll do then, guys. What we'll do is, because I've got that prototype to show off as well, I'll finish off this set. I'll do the last keycap set. We'll box that up. Then I'll show you some artisans, and then I'll go and get the prototype to show you guys. How about that? How does that sound? Like a close to this stream. So much stuff came in. Here we are, man. That sounds like life. That sounds like life. As long as you're doing good, though, man. That's the main thing. Like, it's so long since we've spoken. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, dude. And I can only show you part of my artisan collection, Bonbon Boy, because I don't have it all here, but I can show you a few trays. I think I've got 4 or 5 trays here that I can share with you. Okay, so that's... Oh gosh, I apologise, I hit the mic. Apologies, guys, apologies. That's TA90 done. Let's now take a look at the last set, which is Gmk Chocolatier. Well, I said the last set for today anyway. It's not the last set out, but it's the last set for today. Oh, this must be on a board. What board is this on? What on earth board have I used the alphas from this on? Alphas must be on a 40? What else could it be on? I think we'll get this all in one tub. Base and space bars all in one tub. What the hell have I used this set on? Is it on the Equinox? No, it's not on the Equinox. Oh, I have maybe like a few hundred items, maybe 1,000 at the most. I don't have like a massive collection or anything. Lightning probably has way more. I've got about 200 or 300 here and maybe double that at home. Maybe on a HHKB layout board. Whatever board it's on, it's using ISO enter. Or at least it's using the UK 2 and 3 keys. I genuinely don't know what I've used that on. I'm going to have to dig through a lot of my boards. It must be on a board that's in a box. I've got about 200 here, Ravius. I have maybe double that at home. I've got maybe 1,000 caps at most in artisans. Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite actually. It's probably closer to like 750. What are my favourite sculpts? I really like Kipuras. I'm a big fan of Brobots, although I don't have too many of those. I've only got 10 or 12 of those. I do like Gaff Caps. I like Alpha Keycaps a lot. I like a lot of ETF sculpts as well. I'm kind of not really fussy when it comes out to artisans. I kind of have a bit of an eclectic taste. I like a lot of different things. Is it on your gold TX60? No, but I know what board it's on now. It's on my Honeyboard 60. And Bigfoot, you are a legend. You've reminded me exactly what's on. It's on my Honeyboard 60. My TX60 has pristine on it because it's there. I can see it. It's on a shelf to the side of me. But you are, yeah, that's it. It's the Honeyboard 60. I think I lent that to someone. Who did I lend that to? I'm pretty sure I lent that to someone. But that's where the keycaps are. You are absolutely right, sir. You're absolutely right. Thank you. You should see my previous comment. Let me have a look. Funny story. I bought the Keyboard 8X Mark II with brass plate, etc. I want to try the CB plate. Bought it from a guy in the French keyboard community, and he bought it from your store. Nice, nice. Do you mean the carbon fiber plate? Is that what you bought? Nice, but that's quite fun. That's quite fun. Apologies, I missed that comment before. You excited for the series fulfillment, or are you going to hold out for a raffle? I wish I'd get a raffle one, but I won't ever win one. So I am going to go in on the fulfillment one. I have no idea which version yet, but I am going to go in on the fulfillment. Or hopefully go in. I think it's limited as the fulfillment, right? I think it's limited. And Bigfoot, did you go through my Insta stories to try and find the board? You did, yeah. Yeah, that's the honey board, yeah. Man, do I even own all of those keyboards anymore? Yes, I own every single one of those still. You can see the VEA just on the top right, and then you can see a board with Taro on it on the top right as well. You can actually see the exent on the middle right as well, which is just behind me. That's that orange board there. Do I still have the? Is that Polaris? Do I still have a green Polaris? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I might not still have that green Polaris actually. You can see some of my artisans in that picture there actually. Some of them are on there. "24 hours and when the cap is met." I don't know what the cap is though. I don't know what the cap is. One colorway per person. You can get one of each, and if you get more than 10, you get the chance to get one of the secret ones that were leaked earlier. Ooh, maybe we'll get 10 then. Maybe we'll go for 10. Production limits. The cap is pretty high. Yeah, it looks like the TX. It does end up Bigfoot. Yeah, it's not that Kipura as well. I don't have that Kipura here, and that Kipura is on that board still. Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Okay, so this is a Gmk Chocolatia. And this is the base kit. Polaris without UK ISO made me cry. I think I did put UK ISO on the Polaris. I did put UK ISO on Polaris. Nice, nice. I'm glad everyone can get this serious. Yeah, if the secret one's at 10, that makes me want to buy 10. Now, I'm pretty sure that that's got Royal Alpha on, right? I built it with Royal Alpha, which means if I built it with Royal Alpha, I have UK ISO keys for it. So why wouldn't I have put the UK ISO keys on there? Okay, that's Gmk Chocolatier. Right, okay, so you guys wanted to see two things. One was artisans and the second one was a prototype. So let's show you some artisans, because I do have quite a few here. I've got a couple of hundred here, I think. Let's start off with this one. This is the only empty tray. We've got Kipura, Salvador, Matapora, I think there's a Sludge Kid, some others in there. There's some nice bits in there, including on this row we've got some Brocaps. That's a nice Lost Pilot, and then we've got some Tarot based Fropas and Brobots and things as well. The two here, just here, the two Latraliums in Eva colorways are really, really nice. And then this is what I have so far of the latest ETF, the one where you rub it off, the Lepidopterist. I'm still looking for the other ones. So I think I need 1,000 Hands and a couple of others, so still trying to get those as well. This one in the top corner is actually UV, so I think I have a little UV torch here if I can find it. I might not be able to find it, so if I can't, I apologise. Yeah, I'm not sure where my torch has gone, but there we go. If it turns up while I'm going through it, then we'll have a look. Then I have a tray full of Kipuras. Some nice ones in there. There you go. What else do we have? I've got some ETFs and some bros in here. A couple of ETFs. So this one is, gosh, I can't remember the name of that sculpt now. They did a stacked and a zooted version of it. I can't remember. That is a full set as well. Again, I can't remember what that's called. Oh gosh, I do know the names of these. I do know that's another full set that's only got 3 keys in it. This one here, the Fug K in the middle, that was actually right in the center. That was actually a raffle one from the Mintley and Alex Otos mental health streams. I can't remember where the Menlo came from though. A couple of other caps in there, some Keyforge caps, some more Brobots. Yeah, some nice caps in there. What else can I show you? Couple of Gamer sets, Skella Crew, Brocap, some other bits and pieces, some more ETF caps, some other cute things in there. Yeah, just lots of really nice stuff. Archetype, guys, there you go. Look, the little freebie that came with your keyring. Got some random ones in here. There's some one-offs actually in here from Keycaps. This guy in the middle at the back here, he never got released. That was an unreleased sculpt. There's some others in there as well. Some gamer sets, a few other bits and pieces to Keycap. Cap from Fenton up here, prime caps. Some Mulatraliums. Yeah, that's all I have here at the minute. So there's a couple hundred there, I guess. I do have more at home, but nothing really super special here. I hope that was useful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Okay, let's catch up with chat, see what you're talking about, and I'll go grab this this prototype and show you this new prototype that we've got in. You have the Phantom Kipori and I'm super jealous. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have it. Sludge Kid is so good. Agree. Yeah, rub it off. You rub off the top coat and you can see the colours underneath. Obsidian says, Top Clack, hello mister, I hope this is loud, but I'm asked, I'm looking for quality keyboard builder for my upcoming baby in the EU region. Could you put me in any direction, be that you or any other professional? I'm based in Hungary, but looking for a relatively affordable option. Yeah, slide me a DM, man. I can build your board for you. That's not a problem. We can sort that out. Space Goblin. Yeah. If you ever want to get rid of those little Reapers, please let me know. The little Brocaps ones? No. That's not happening. Yeah, about half my Keyporas are here and about half the Keyporas are at home. I've got I think about 75, 80 Keyporas, yeah. Oh, the DC cat ones. Sorry, I do. Yeah, the DC mini Reapers. Sorry, yes, I know which one you mean. I'd actually like to get a full set of the original one of those because I think there's about 8 or 9 colorways. I think I have 2 more at home. I think I've got 4 in total. I'd actually like to complete the set of those. Right. Okay, before we go off, guys, I'm going to go grab a little prototype to show you. So give me a minute, guys. I'll be back. I apologise, but just listen to the music and just chill out for a minute. Talk among yourselves. Ask me some questions, and I've got something fun to show you in a few minutes. Here we go, guys. Can you guys read that? I know Nerdy can read that. I know he knows what it says. Yeah, this came yesterday. Kind of excited to show you guys this. Like, was it yesterday it came or the day before? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be shipped out to Nerdy probably early next week because I want to try and do some fitment testing over the weekend. And I haven't really had a proper chance to have a look at this yet. I've spent maybe 5 minutes looking at this, whereas I want to spend like 2 or 3 hours looking at it and testing it. So you guys are seeing it before I've actually tested this. This is a really, really early prototype, right, guys? So let's just be chill. Let's relax, be calm. And I want some honest opinions of what you think about it. Like, just really be crystal clear and tell me exactly what you think. But let's show you what we've got here. This is let me use the camera and zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Here we go. I haven't got the stream lights up as bright as I usually do. Let me turn these bad boys up so you can see this really clearly. Let's get some proper light going on here. So this is the Anubis Prototype. The plate's a bit loose because it's not screwed in. Look at that curve. Look at that hip shape here. Look at the back. It's really cold because it's in the warehouse, guys, so apologies for the fingerprints. Look at that seam. Look how neat that is. And then if we look at the front, got that same seam again. This is rose gold base. And look at this nice little hip here at the back. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Just a nice little feature there. It's a great bit of music as well for this, isn't it? This is so nice. Like, this is really, really, really nice. This hip here, it's so hard to show you the shape of it, but you can kind of see that there's like a hip shape here. It's just so nice. Like, it curves around and then it kind of just flattens off a little bit here at this end. It's so hard to show you guys. Like, this is so nice. This is in IC right now. This has been in IC for a while. It's something that something that Nerdy and I have been working on together for a little bit. He had the idea, he had the design. We've worked together to make it a reality. But it's so good. I haven't taken it apart yet. I haven't looked inside. There is some really clever machining as to how this goes together, but I haven't looked at that yet, so I'm not ready to show that off, guys, yet. But it's a very clever case. You might be able to see like a line in here as well. It's just some really clever bits and pieces in there. We just need to test that everything actually fits together, makes sense, actually works now. So yeah. Oh, you deleted the IC. I didn't realize you deleted the IC. But yeah. There you go, guys. That is the Anubis prototype. So I'm really excited to take a look at this in the next couple of days, try and get up close and personal with it, see if there's any issues with it, see if there's any problems or challenges with it. It's a prototype, so I'm expecting there to be some, and we'll see how it comes out. But yeah. I hope you guys like that. I hope you guys like that. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. The music cue perfect. I know it was like a really good time for the music to cue. So I did get some other prototypes in as well, but I haven't touched those either yet. I just need some time to sit down and look at it. But these curves, like it's so difficult to show you on camera how nice this is. Like this whole curved surface is so good. Just the way it picks up the light, the way it looks, the way it feels. It's really nice. It's really nice. I think there's already some things I'd want to change before we do any more with this. For one, I think the pink color isn't quite nice enough. I think we can do better than this for a color. I'm not quite a fan of this as yet, but we'll see. That's for Nerdy and I to talk through. There's a couple of other things I think we might need to take a look at the internals when I start to put things together, but I'm going to build it all up, test it all out, ship it to Nerdy, and then we'll see where we get to. But hopefully early in the new year we'll be starting to look at this. Right, the camera doesn't really capture the pink very well. Like, it's a little bit more pink than this light shows, but it's not massively different. Like, the lights are a bit bright, I think, to show it perfectly. It is a more pinker than this. In fact, actually the face cam's getting the better color. So if you look in the camera up here, hold on, let me flip over the stream. So if you look here, this is closer to the actual color. You see here, you see the difference between the two cameras, but this is closer to the actual color. So there we go. But yeah, it's an absolute thing of beauty. Big fan already. But yeah, there we go, guys. I can't show you the other prototypes we got in this week purely because they're not necessarily my secrets to share, but lots and lots came in this week. There was lots of stuff that didn't make it onto my Insta stories. This is just one of those beautiful things. I'll dispose of it, says Bledin. Hey, I don't even know if it works yet. I need to try it all out and test it all out fitment wise, and we'll see. But yeah, it's real, Nerdy. It's real. Okay. And with that, guys, that's it for the stream. That's everything I have for you today. That's 2.5 hours of boxing up keycaps, showing off artisans, and showing off prototypes. But that's pretty much I've got for the stream today. So if you've got any final questions, please do ask them now. I'll be back with Brian tomorrow. We'll be doing the standard show on Friday, as normal. I'll be back on Sunday again with a build stream. Not quite sure what I'm building yet, but I'll be back with a build stream on Sunday. I might do my Duck Viper V2, because I've had a few people claim that that's not real. So maybe we'll build that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do the Keycap number 2. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But lots and lots to do, and I'll be back again tomorrow. So if you guys have got anything you want to say or anything else, do so now. Maybe the Phantom number 2. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, anyone wants to speak to me off stream, just reach out on Discord. My door's always open. Always happy to have a chat. And I'll speak to you guys again soon. I'm going to roll the outro now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.